On this spot, on August 1, 2017, residents first encountered the uniquely paranormal phenomenon known as the Gastown bone lantern. A streetlight made of solid human bone which grows from the sidewalk. The bone lantern emits an electrostatic hum with a rhythmic pulse resembling a heartbeat.
Oh my God, what happened to your fingers?
File number 337A. August 1st, 2017. Introduction.
It is said by some that this place is a living body, and we are ticks upon its hide. What happens to the spirit of the forest when the forest is cut down, and then churches, hospitals, homes, and retail spaces are built up where once magic grew? This is what happens. We are what happens. Be quiet. Stand out on the street corner. You can feel the ghost of the forest still around you. Just listen.
Phenomena.
First appearing on August 1st, 2017, the Gastown Bone Lantern is a street light made of solid human bone, which appears to grow organically from the sidewalk on specific evenings when a red star glows in the sky between the constellations of Scorpius and Freddy Nine Toes. What is that star? Where does it go when we can't see it?
Why won't Jennifer talk to me anymore?
Illuminative properties.
The light released by the Gastown Bone Lantern has been described as a sickly orange hue, like broken beams of sunlight warped by exhaustion and mistemperament. Extended exposure to the illuminative radiation of the bone lantern is theorized to cause intense cerebral mutations, especially in precognition infants and the elderly. Then there was the time this old guy stood out in the rain, staring up at the light of the lanterns for 2 whole days. By the time paramedics came, it's said he had what looked like limp squid tentacles dangling out of his ears and nose like overcooked spaghetti noodles. There was another one, an old woman who spoke of mental storms that would blow across her mind, causing a great deal of pain. She claimed her condition was the result of a lifetime's exposure to cleaning chemicals, and there was a medication available, but she could not afford it. However, she felt strongly that the light of the Gastown Bone Lantern was healing her. Her daughter, who asked to remain nameless in this account, felt otherwise.
My mother is 68 years old. She should be safe at home, not humping her ass around the city, scrubbing floors of rich folks and trying to get healed by some voodoo bullshit. It's nonsense. Of course it is. It has to be. But what I can't explain is her eyes. My whole life, my mother's eyes were clear blue, with just a little bit of gray. They were, but they ain't that color anymore. Now they're more a soft amber, like gold. Like the light that comes out of a lantern. City says they're gonna take it down, but they don't do nothing. Not a goddamn thing. And look at her. Look at my mother. Look at the way her fingernails are growing. They look more like bark on a tree. And what is that on her shoulders? Some kind of moss? They gotta take this thing down, or it's gonna kill somebody.
A representative from the city's Office of Interior Observations, Mr. Mike Ablebody, said in a pre-recorded statement,
"It's not real. It's a prank, obviously. Nobody needs to worry about it. Nobody needs to worry about anything. Everything is going exactly as it should. We're on target, on course, on schedule. Everything is going according to plan. Just shut up, shut your goddamn mouths and try to look happy and normal. And when this is all over, you'll thank me."
Shadow apertures and the non-van threat.
Under the light of the Gastown bone lantern, certain objects will cast shadow apertures, or 2D doors, some of which lead to separate anomalous neighborhoods, including the perfect pastel suburb, the Limy Mall, and the East Side Sugar Cave. Still, other shadow apertures have led to an alternate version of Vancouver, where all the buildings are made of the same reddish-black stone and appear to be growing out of the pavement like ancient trees. Dubbed non-van, this shadowscape city is said to be inhabited by failed clones of the citizens of our own Vancouver. These tulpa duplicates are theorized to have been damaged throughout the copying process, which is why their faces are forever veiled in shadows, hidden from sight. And they're all constantly making these heavy chewing sounds, like their mouths are so full they can barely dig into whatever it is they're masticating. Maybe some kind of small rodent creature, you imagine. Something with a lot of delicate little bones to crush between those shadows' teeth in those shadow mouths. Whatever it is that they have in their mouths, it's clearly full of viscera and gore. And you can imagine it. You can almost hear it dripping down their faces. The black ooze of death and carnage, of pure rot, seeping down their faces as they stare at you with eyes you cannot see. Some go to that dark land and do not return. Some come back changed, and we are left to wonder if they are still themselves, or if their faceless copies have somehow swapped themselves out for the more real versions. Perhaps now they live here, and you live there, on the other side, hiding your eyes and stuffing your mouth full of the rotting dead.
Conclusions.
It's said that the Gastown Bone Lantern attracts several dozen tourist dollars every year, which mostly wind up stuffed down nearby gutters. Local literary bad boy and Ninja Turtle aficionado, Alphonse McGrubb, wrote a whole book about the lantern entitled "The Wrongness of the Light, I Cannot Forget It," in which he said,
"We're all a little scared sometimes. The future can be a scary place, and we're all stuck going there whether we like it or not. Obviously, you don't have to go along with the rest of humanity. You can put your feet down and scream, 'Mine, mine, mine.' But eventually, history will turn your legacy to dust, and the most you'll be remembered will be when somebody turns to look back over history and says,
'What a bunch of selfish pricks.'"
McGrubb went on to write,
"Those who see the light are forever infected by it. Even when the bones recede into the pavement once more, the light lives on within the eyes of the viewers, gradually blotting out memories, fears, and emotions. The viewers become placid, uncaring, and eventually, their sense of self gently fades away, not unlike a streetlight's illumination with the arrival of the light of dawn."
The book was not especially popular. But then, books rarely are. Hell, I wrote a whole series of adventures about the Super Street Fighter competitor, Blanca, but nobody wanted to read them. Plus, I didn't actually have legal permission to use the character.